Hi, it's December 8th, 2022. This is Pastor Mike Wygand for your update and devotion for Faith Lutheran Church and School. First of all, a number of announcements in this busy season. A reminder that next Wednesday there will be a traditional Advent service taking place both at 3:30 and at 6:30. And then a reminder of our coming children's Christmas service that will be on the Sunday during our service times, Sunday the 18th at 7:45 and 10:30. There is a Saturday service that week as well, and the Saturday service will have communion. On Christmas Eve, we will have two candlelight services, one at 4:30, one at 6:30 p.m. And Christmas Day, our 9 o'clock festival service with orchestra. As you get ready for this season, ask yourself this question. Do you take time or have you taken the time for restful contemplation, just standing back and thinking and taking it all in of just what this celebration means, of what it means that God sent his son into the world? Last year, my family were kind of forced into two little time periods of just having to patiently wait. I had a car accident and was recovering from that. My daughter later on was hospitalized for a little bit. Not that those were things we wanted to happen, but I will say it kind of forced us to sit back and take it all in, at least for those periods of time. Well, imagine if you had to do that for 9 months. That was the case with Zechariah. Zechariah was the father of John the Baptist. And if you remember, and it's the lesson I'll read in a moment, when God told Zechariah that his wife, who was quite old as he was going to have a child, and he asked, well, how can this be? And God gave him the sign that he would be silent for those 9 months. God would not allow him to speak, the ability to speak, because he didn't trust. I imagine for Zechariah that that was a time for deep contemplation. Now, I'm not suggesting that any of us go and live as a hermit for 9 months or stop talking for 9 months, but do find the times in this busy season to stop and remember what God has done. I think you'll find it's well worth it. We read from Luke chapter 1. The angel of the Lord appeared to him, that's Zechariah, standing at the right side of the altar of incense. When Zechariah saw him, he was startled and was gripped with fear. But the angel said to him, do not be afraid, Zechariah. Your prayer has been heard. Your wife Elizabeth will bear you a son, and you will give him the name John. He will be a joy and a delight to you, and many will rejoice because of his birth. For he will be great in the sight of the Lord. He is never to take wine or fermented drink, and he will be filled with the Holy Spirit even from birth. Many of the people of Israel will be brought back to the Lord their God, and he will go on before the Lord in the spirit and power of Elijah, to turn the hearts of the fathers to their children and the disobedient to the wisdom of the righteous, to make ready a people prepared for the Lord. Zechariah asked the angel, how can I be sure of this? I am an old man, and my wife is well along in years. The angel replied, I am Gabriel. I stand in the presence of God and have been sent to speak to you, and I tell you this good news. And now you will be silent and not able to speak until the day this happens, because you did not believe my words, which will come true at their proper time. Of course, those words did come true, and John was able to speak again, and the first thing he did was to name his son John, and that's John the Baptist. Again, take the time this season for moments of quiet contemplation of what our God has done.